I wanted to ask you, you're known as a physical effort running back, but it just seems like there's a different level of effort by everyone on offense. I mean, you put on the tape from last game, there's three offensive linemen helping push you 5 extra yards. There's wide receivers as small as Malachi Tony, that are blocking 20, 30 yards down the field. Can you just sort of talk to that? Is that something that's always been here at Miami? Because I know Mario Cristobal's preached it ever since he got here, but maybe are we seeing it a little bit more this year for some reason?
Yes, sir. We definitely want to just emphasize that because nobody here on like what I love about this team, nobody's selfish. Like I don't know if you guys heard Carson's interview, post game interview, but nobody's worried about individual success. Like we all just want the best for each other, and that's just putting it all on the line, even if like that player doesn't have the ball in his hands. So that's why you see the receivers blocking their tails off, O line pushing me for some extra yards, and everybody's just celebrating. One person scored, but everybody's celebrating like they scored. That's just what we want to do, play team football.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you and then Jordan.
Hey Mark, how's it going?
Going good and yourself?
Doing pretty well. So obviously you guys played Florida last year, and I know Florida was, recruiting you pretty hard when you were coming out of high school. So just, looking at everything, the rivalry, just as a South Florida guy, just what does this rivalry mean to you?
Oh yeah, no, this generational. That's what I would say. These are the type of games you want to play in, type of games you grew up watching as a South Florida kid. But now it's gonna be exciting, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
Looking back at last year, I mean, just how satisfying was it to go to their place, kind of run them out of the building a little bit? How satisfying was that? And do you think, I mean, just from a player's perspective, do you think they kind of want to get you guys back for that?
Oh yeah, no, it was last year. It was fun, doing that. It was fun, but yeah, I'm pretty sure those guys they coming here to play football. That's a very well coached team. Those guys fly around, extremely talented on both sides of the football. So we just got to be on our A game, and we're ready for the challenge.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you and then Andrea.
Yeah, hey there, Mark. You touched on a little bit about the fact that the entire offense, nobody cares about individual stats and all of that. Just how does it feel 3 weeks into the season, seeing how many guys have contributed, how many guys are able to make an impact, and to see the balance that you guys have offensively?
We always knew that anybody could go in there and get the job done. It's just all about when your name is called upon. So everybody just stays ready, stay locked in, and that's goes for each position on offense. And anybody could get in there and get the job done. So we just try to just do that.
All right, Andrea.
Hey, Mark, thanks for doing this. I know in the game last year, you were still kind of getting over an injury from the offseason. Just how good is it going to feel going into this game, knowing that you're playing maybe the best that you've played in your career at Miami?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It definitely gives me a lot of confidence in myself, and I feel very healthy. It is going into week 4, so nobody's body feels completely 100%.
Right.
Everybody's banged up, have nicks and crannies here, but that's just everybody's hurt. So it's just putting mind over matter, working hard, doing some extra treatment, and I'm just excited that I could just help my team the best of my ability.
And one more, if I could, it just feels like you're running with a lot more power this year, in addition to your next level speed. What has gone into, I guess, your ability to play with the type of power we've seen from you, not only making guys miss, but running through tackles and the types of second efforts that we've seen?
Honestly, I'm just trying my hardest. Every time I get that ball in my hand, I just think about all the hard stuff I went through, and I just know I have these guys who got my back 100%. I know everybody just trusting me, so I'm running for the entire program. So that's every time I get that ball in my hand, I just want everybody to see that.
So looking ahead to this game this weekend, obviously it's going to be kind of a big spotlight. College game day is going to be here, primetime game. What have, I guess, maybe the coaches told you guys about just like staying focused, and how do you guys like kind of lock in when there's kind of a little bit more of a spotlight, a little bit more of a circus going on this week?
Yeah, ever since the beginning of fall camp, winter workouts, and now leading up to now, we've been focused on less. We keeping all the outside noise out, We just focus on this. We prepare the same like in any other game, whether we're playing Florida, Bethune-Cookman, USF, anybody, you know?
And then, about the offensive line as a whole, I mean, you guys have been doing very well this year, run blocking, pass blocking. Um, what do you think? I mean, how do you think you guys have been able to do that? What's been working so well for you?
Man, we just been worrying about our job, just doing our job, getting it done to the best of our capabilities every single play.
All right, next we'll go to Jordan.
Hey there, Markel. For you specifically, how would you evaluate your first 3 games as a full-time starter?
I think, I mean, me honestly, obviously I got stuff to improve, but I think I'm doing pretty good. And just for me, I'm not getting complacent with the success I've had. I'm just looking forward to getting better.
And then looking to Florida, just their defensive line in particular, what stands out about them? What are going to be maybe some of the challenges they present this weekend?
Their defense overall is just a very good defense. They held some teams, some very good teams, to a minimum amount of points. And so we just know we had to come out there and it's gonna be a real physical game as always. We're gonna do our routine plays and we're gonna come out the ball and we're gonna do what we do.
Adam, we'll go back to you.
Hey again. So one of the things I was just thinking about was like that package that Shannon Dawson put together with SJ, I think at fullback, I mean extra O lineman, just I mean stuff like that. Like how much do you guys enjoy that? Like that kind of interesting stuff, and do you guys give like SJ any any trouble? Be like, hey, no, I want to play fullback. I want to line up back there, anything like that.
Yeah, we know y'all want the spotlight of attention on fullback, but no, I'm just happy. I'm proud of my young guy SJ. Just even just stepping up in a big game like that. So I'm just happy. I'm just happy to see them guys shine and step up.
Just curious your thoughts on with the matchup this week. Just what stands out about Florida, and what do you think might be some of the challenges they pose to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they got a really talented get their record and they're 1-2, but that's not what they look like on tape. They're a really fast and physical team who have a lot of talent, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. And up front, it'll probably be one of the better fronts we play all year. So we're up for the challenge.
And then for you personally, 3 weeks in now to your career, obviously you've been here since January, but how do you feel like you've integrated into this offensive line? How do you feel like everything's been coming together?
Yeah, I think we've done a decent job so far. I think there's a lot of room to grow, but at the end of the day, I'm really just trying to do my job, and I got a lot of good players around me who make it a lot easier on me. And I could probably go up there and not make any calls, and I think everyone would know what to do just how much experience we've got up front, and that's something that's really awesome to have around me.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you and then Luke.
Hey James, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well. So obviously, being new to the team, you weren't with the team last year when they went up to UF. But what do you know about like this rivalry? How intense does it feel? Maybe kind of almost from an outsider perspective of having not grown up in South Florida or anything like that. Just how does this rivalry like feel to you? What's it been like?
Yeah, I didn't grow up. I guess a part of this rivalry, I guess you could say. But I've always been a college football fan growing up. I know that this game means a lot, and especially just being an interstate rivalry. It's gonna have a ton of weight to it. But at the end of the day, it's another game, and we got to go out there and execute and do our job at a high level and sustain it for 60 minutes or however long it takes.
All right, Luke.
Hey James, how's it going, man?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good. So with the offensive line's ability to push the pile and having running backs like Marty and Mark who can turn a 3-yard gain into a 6 or a 7-yard gain, what does that say about just the level of physicality of this offense?
Yeah, I mean that's one of our MOs is always be the most physical team out there, and that's our goal every week. But I think whenever you look at having success in the run game, a lot of the time the O line, the running backs get credit, but I think one thing that's really standing out right now is the way our receivers are blocking on the perimeter, and they're playing with an extreme level of physicality that I'm not sure I've ever seen receivers play with, ever. And those guys get after it like crazy. If you go back and watch Mark's long touchdown run, Keelan and Tony are out there blocking their tails off, and that's the reason we scored a touchdown there. So, the O line can hopefully handle the first and second levels, but again, the third level, that's where we really have big runs, and that's where our receivers are doing a lot for us right there.